This is from Al Jazeera. Democrats attack third-party candidate Jill Stein in razor-thin race. Democrats issue their first ad slamming Green Party candidate, even as she polls at about 1%.
With less than a month to go until Election Day in the United States, Democrats are locked in a tight battle for every available vote in the presidential campaign and have taken on third-party candidates they see as potential spoilers. The DNC, the party's executive branch, issued a television advertisement on Friday attacking Jill Stein, a longtime Green Party candidate to whom some progressives, disillusioned with the Democratic candidate, Vice President Kamala Harris, have flocked. The advertisement, which is running in the swing states of Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, blames Stein for Republican challenger Donald Trump's 2016 win and warns that a vote for Stein is really a vote for Trump, a refrain Democrats have regularly leveled against her in tight races between their candidates and Trump.
I'm sorry, I love that they're blaming her for the 2016 win.
That's crazy because it's not even true. And more Bernie bros voted for Hillary than Hillary people voted for Obama in 2008. Yeah. They've done like studies and shit on this before. It's just a blue MAGA talking point.
I know, but it's hilarious. And people voted for Donald Trump because they didn't want a politician in office anymore. They thought Donald Trump works like we do, so he's going to be for the people, right? I mean, they were wrong. Don't get me wrong. They were incorrect. He's not for the people. He is for the 1% making money and the rest of us just starving to death like Palestinians. But also understand that, like, Jill Stein had nothing to do with that. That's just so hilarious. That is the fault of politicians being politicians. That is the fault of Democrats being Democrats. Because when you constantly say one thing and then do the complete opposite of what you tell people, they don't want you in office anymore. And that is what a politician is. A politician is a liar. And we all know it. So they wanted something different, and you can't blame them for wanting something different. But the thing is that a vote for Jill Stein is a vote for a future, is a vote for all of us.
A vote for Jill Stein is a vote for Jill Stein.
It's a vote for the American people, because she actually has our interest at heart. Because she actually is not being paid by AIPAC and by all these other supporters that aren't supposed to be the ones that even pay our politicians to run. I mean, this is ridiculous. Jill Stein is a vote for the American people. She's not a vote for a corporate Democrat. She's not a vote for a Republican, whatever you want, fascist. She's a vote for the people. Look at Jill Stein's policies. Look at Trump's. Look at Harris. Harris just now was like, oh, well, maybe we'll do an arms embargo. Maybe. Harris has been saying it. Jill Stein has been saying it forever. Not since October 7th, because that's not when history started. She's been saying it the whole time. They will blame everyone except for accepting responsibility for their own actions. It's your fault that Trump got into office because you're a politician who's just a liar.
Oh,
we don't trust
Hillary was a bad candidate.
So was Harris.
And they still can't swallow that pill.
So was Biden. They threw Biden in there. They were barely fucking alive. No offense.
They picked their winners.
And then they stepped back and they're like, nah, we're going to just swap that out with Harris. We know nobody decided that Harris should be in there, but that's what we're going to do because she's on the payroll with AIPAC.
The video also includes a comment by former President Trump saying, Jill Stein, I like her very much. The advertisement, you know what? Donald Trump gave money to Kamala's fucking campaign in California. So,
and a broken clock can be right twice a day.
So he says everything. If you say everything, then
something will stick.
Something's going to be true. I don't know. The advertisement, the first against the third-party candidate, signals Democrats' growing worry that every lost vote may cost them such a razor-thin election. Instead of actually doing anything exciting or like things that people actually want, they're going to punch down, punch left, constantly. That's what they do.
Listen to the people and do what the people want.
When things get down for Democrats, they punch down and to the left.
Because they're the people that would make actual change, and they're afraid of that.
Stein has been polling at about 1%, similar to progressive academic and independent candidate Cornel West and Libertarian Party candidate Chase Oliver.
Also, I bet you can find a video of Trump saying that he hates Stein. I mean, just like you said, if you say everything...
There's stuff of him saying nice things about Bernie and being threatened by Bernie being the nominee.
Yeah, there's stuff about him saying he hates Putin and stuff about him saying he loves Putin. I mean, come on.
There's stuff he said, hate Kim Jong-un, love Kim Jong-un. He said everything. So it doesn't matter. In some battleground states, those votes may make all the difference.
Vote Jill Stein.
Third-party candidates have long been blamed for their impact on tight election outcomes. Most notably in 2000, when Green Party nominee Ralph Nader earned almost 100,000 votes in Florida, a state that eventually went to George W. Bush along with the presidency by only 537 votes.
Let's also point out how much of a massive disaster that was.
Yeah, the Republicans stole the damn election.
Why? Because the Green Party was like popular.
Because they said they didn't count all the votes because of the stupid bubble. Yeah. But third-party candidates and supporters have rejected the blame, arguing that they are working to challenge a fundamentally broken two-party system and giving voters a greater choice.
Absolutely.
You don't have a democracy unless it's a competitive democracy at election time, Nader recently told Al Jazeera. Historically, the function of third parties in the electoral college system has never really been to win elections, but to have new agendas, he said. With only two choices, Democrat or Republican, Nader added, on major issues, they are very similar. A Gallup poll this month found 58% of U.S. voters agree that a third major party is needed because the Republican and Democratic parties do such a poor job of representing the American people.
But let's not shift our policies and try to represent the U.S. people better.
Let's just sue Jill Stein off the fucking ballots. Let's do that because we're fucking
Hey, you're a better person
dead
than me.
inside Democrats. Well, she has virtually no chance of winning the presidency. Stein's message has been particularly resonant for some voters during Israel's war in Gaza and Democrats and Republicans' unwavering support for it. She has been a consistent critic of U.S. support for Israel, a position that has won her new supporters this election cycle. The Kamala Harris campaign is looking for a scapegoat, she told Washington Post this week, referring to Harris's campaign's concern about her candidacy. They could change their policy right now. The problem is they would rather lose the election than end the genocide. Exactly right. This week, the Abandon Harris campaign, a Michigan-based Muslim group that says it aims to hold Democratic President Joe Biden's administration accountable for the Gaza genocide, endorsed Stein for president. Our movement remains dedicated to ensuring that the American people, especially the Muslim American community, recognize the responsibility we share in standing up against oppression and using all our power to stop genocide wherever it may arise, the group said in a statement. On the precipice of this election, we endorse Jill Stein.